So by extension, wallets are, extension no pun intended, they're extensions on our browser, they're apps on our phone. Wallets are products, but they're also more broadly a platform for actually evaluating transactions. So they're a trusted environment where we as users look to say, what am I about to sign? Is it safe? And wallets do a lot more than that today as well. There's the user interface layer, what are my balances, switching chains. There's the authentication layer. In the case of most wallets today, this is just my private key, but maybe Face ID is another mechanism that most popular mobile wallets have. And then there's, of course, the transaction-related stuff. So forming a transaction, verifying it, presenting that information to the user, collecting user consent, and then actually going ahead and propagating that confirmed transaction through an RPC to a mempool and finally into a confirmed block. So wallets have evolved quite a bit. At first, as mentioned, we had these standalone wallets like MetaMask, where their job was to be this almost trusted kernel where my seed phrase is held and where every transaction gives me an additional place to say, I as a user explicitly consent to this happening on my wallet. Of course, that has the problem I mentioned, where we now need two apps to do anything. And so there have been two kind of follow-ups from that. The next kind of stage was wallets starting to build in application functionality. So think the Uniswap wallet, think Robinhood DeFi wallet, building up into this space of helping people decide what to do or giving people ideas of what kinds of transactions they might want to do. And then actually streamlining that consent and transaction approval flow within one app. And so then the logical next place was, okay, well, wallets are moving up into functionality. Why not have dApps move down into wallet functionality? And so that's what's led to the rise of embedded wallets, where we can, of course, in the context of an app, use something like a social login or an email or a passkey to create a wallet that exists just in the context of that application. With Acts 2 and 3, we streamlined this flow of going from I want to do something to that transaction is now on a chain in one app, but we created a new problem. Instead of now having our one wallet that we take with us everywhere, we now have dozens and dozens of wallets, some of which are held in apps on our phone, some of which are held in kind of browser storage, but in all kinds of different environments. And in general, we've seen this sort of explosion of the number of different places where I now have to sign from. And as a result, the number of places where I hold assets. And then maybe building on that, Act 4, which I'll be talking more about, is the kind of bringing together of both of these concepts. So this notion of an embedded or kind of all-in-one end-to-end integrated app experience where interaction is something that happens in one app and one app alone. But bringing that together with the composability and interoperability that is really one of the main reasons to be leveraging a blockchain infrastructure to begin with.